out of ride sharing. All right, lose my money. All right, watch me. Hopefully, let's win some money today. We are playing the news of the hike race
FOMC.
or FOMC. See what happens today. So my strategy is going to be I'm just going to wait for the market to move after the news, and then once it starts moving, then I'm going to play my crossover, okay, or the pullback, whichever one comes in, and that's how I want to make my money. All right. I do not know Vinny's strategy. Vinny?
Well, basically, I'm going to look at. Here's the bottom line: if the Fed raises to a quarter point, like they're supposed to, there'll probably be a pretty neutral reaction to the market. If he comes in at a full pause, no hike but no cut, it's going to be bullish. Watch the market pop. If he comes in at a half point rate hike, watch the market full on dump. It'll be bearish. And if for some ungodly reason he decides to cut a quarter point, it'll be very, very, very bullish. So my plays are going to be simple. I'm going to play the cues. I'm looking to trade the cues options. I've got a 305 put dialed up for tomorrow. I've got a 317 put dialed up for today. I should hedge myself in, but I haven't decided yet. I also have a 305 for today and a 315 for today. So I've got a lot of stuff dialed up. I can go either way here. Uh, right now, the for tomorrow, the 317 call is at 112. The 305 put is at 111. It is a perfect hedge scenario. So let's see what happens. Zoom's thinking it's going to be a half point hike. Bro, if he does that, timber market will freaking
Is there
die.
any way we can put the news on the screen at the same time that we're watching?
I was
See how
trying
it.
to find it, and so let's see, because everybody's streaming this shit. You know what I mean? Let's see, meeting. Let's see.
See, I have it on.
Everybody's yeah, everybody's freaking streaming it, and
I
they're
have it on. I
trying
have it
to
on
drag
Yahoo
you to their.
Finance.
Okay, yeah, you do it. That way I can focus. But we're gonna get our answer here in about 7 minutes. My man Weezoom. Kyle's in the house. I wish he would go a half point up. They got to at some point. They got to tackle this inflation, bro. Like okay, I'm almost with Sergio on this one. Let the banks
But
fall.
explain it because for a beginner like me,
Explain what?
trying to understand why they do the inflation hike, because I know they do the inflation hike to stop people from basically
No, listen,
spending or.
listen, 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 listen. Inflation is when your money becomes less valuable. The higher the
Uh-huh.
inflation, the less valuable your dollar is. So inflation right now is way above the cost of borrowing money because money has been very, very inexpensive to borrow. We've been at 0%, 1%, 2%. They need to get the Fed funds rate higher than the inflation rate. Until they do that, we will continue to have inflation. The whole talk is because the banks, these smaller regional banks, are having problems and need to be bailed out. It's because, well, it's a whole long story with treasury bonds. Bro, we ain't got that much time. Just understand this: inflation's bad, right? So
Yeah.
here's the decision. Here's the choice they got to make. Do they allow the fight for inflation to continue, and we're going to keep having hikes later in the future, right? Or do they let the banks, the smaller banks that made the dumb decisions, right? Stupid investments. Do they let those banks fail and collapse? And if one bank goes, two banks go, three banks go, then you risk the run, or you risk the chance of people, the American public, like, you know what, screw this mess. I'm going to get my money out the bank, or run
Yeah.
on the bank. So that's where we're at. That's basically what it is. It's one or the other. Either they're going to save the banks and allow inflation to increase, and then come back later and fight inflation. So your eggs now are, instead of being $7 a dozen, they're $10 a dozen. Or do they go ahead and say, screw the banks, you guys screwed up, the American people mean more? It's a tricky thing, bro. I don't envy the job. All I care about is which way this market's going to go. That's it. Oh,
That's what
we
I'm.
Kyle
That's what
says
I'm
over
playing
blood. Bro,
with.
Kyle, here's the bottom line, bro. They should have been hit us over the head with the inflation risk. They should have been hit us over the head with the Fed hike. But you know, I'm not gonna say it, but you know what the problem is. Anyway, let it play, bro. Let your little video play.
Oh, I don't think you can hear it on your side.
Oh my God. What do you
Can you guys
what
hear
is
that?
no, can't hear shit, bro. What the hell?
Yeah, no.
Oh my God.
I don't.
Didn't you get a Elgato Wave mic? Didn't you get the Elgato mic? Hey,
Uh,
here's your boy. Here's your boy.
which one? Which one? Put them up. Put them up.
all the student who's in a rush will learn.
No, I'm sorry, that's not your boy. That's somebody else's boy.
Oh, well, it looks like
Here we go.
Spy's reacting.
I'll go to this.
Withholding projections
Haven't
may
done
send a
anything yet.
worrying signal about the strength of the economy. In December,
hear that?
policymakers
Yes.
saw interest rates rising to a median of 5.1 by the end of the year. Powell signaled that this month those expectations could go up given strong inflation. Oh, stock trading. Let's go, baby. God bless you. Happy vacation. So here, let me get you a couple more.
I'm not a fan of
Chad,
this.
the event is
I
about to
love this
happen.
guy for
So Goldman
his
Sachs looked at how the
detail
Fed
and
has set
insight.
policy in the
I hate
past
this
to
guy
address
because
the
he's a
financial
straight
conditions
asshole.
have threatened to
It's a
disrupt
love-hate
economic
relationship.
activity. Excluding severe recessions, they looked at 1966, 1988, 1994, and 95, and 1998. Central bank eased monetary policy in 2 of the 4 cases and paused tightening in the 3rd they found.
So here's
Overall, historical
my here's
records
my
suggest
setup right now.
FOMC tends
Left
to
is the
avoid tightening in
QQQs.
times of
Right
financial stress
is
and
the
prefers to wait until the extent of the
317 call
problem
for
becomes
tomorrow.
clear, unless it is confident that other
I don't
policy
have the
tools
heart
will
to
successfully
trade
contain
today
financial
unless
stability
I see
risks.
something absolutely. It's just
2
too
minutes,
juicy.
Chad.
So there you go. I'm probably going to try to get focused here, but remain calm, control your emotions, watch for your setups, make the
All right,
smart
good luck,
move. If you don't
Chatadonia.
see a
We're
good move,
amping
Eddie,
you up.
don't take it.
You're right where we opened up
All right?
today. The jitters are real. A lot of things are working into this. And get ready. Again, a summary of economic projections. That's where you should be going to right away.
Remember,
That's what
we're
I'm gonna be on
beginners,
right
bro.
here.
Haha.
Again, right when the statement comes out, it'll say projection
It's going to
materials.
pop.
I would
It'll
go
be a
straight
fake
to
out and
there.
tank. My call.
If any of you want to go
I don't
straight
think
to
you're
the
wrong,
statement
bro.
and just look for the first
I don't think
paragraph,
you're
second
wrong.
paragraph, look for
Especially in that
ongoing.
half hour.
That'll be the next segment of all
Especially in
of it.
that
There it
half
is,
hour
Chad.
between the announcement of
1
the hike
minute remaining.
and him talking.
And like they're saying, usually the Fed, the statement is opposite of what the press conference is going to be. So get ready for it.
I've got the 305
Get
put dialed
ready.
up. I've been looking at this 305
what if
put
they
for some
pause,
reason.
dude? I can't believe Fed futures are still pricing in a pause 1 minute ahead. This is insane. Oh, man. Make sure your stream is caught up in real time. All righty.
Exciting.
It's different. A lot of people sit back and watch. They won't even trade this.
Good luck, Chad. Stay
I'm
in the
still
game.
not.
Remember,
I'm still not convinced
1.
I'm going to trade
So
it.
part 2 is 30 minutes later, and a lot of things can happen afterwards. But just get ready for the SEP.
There he goes. What they said.
And 3, 2, 1. Boop. And what do we got? What do we got? Oh, whoa. Fed Bank says, whoa. U.S. banks sound resilient, but events weigh on growth. They raise by a quarter basis point. Fed will continue same pace of reducing Treasury and MBS. They said some additional policy firming may be appropriate. They forecast rates at 5.1 by the end of 2023 and then 4.3 by the end of 2024. So that's it. No, it looks like nothing shocking. Nothing shocking. Again,
So neutral.
let's go to the SEP right now. 5.1 seems to be it.
We're at neutral.
Let's see. So that's it. No real big shocks. Let me check the dot plot. 5.3. And then I think they lowered 2024.
Yeah, but watch
that
for
would be it.
confirmation.
You're running for now. That's a big pop.
The market was ready for
Dollar is
this.
good for now. Let's see though.
But you got to wait on.
It
You got to
seems
wait
like-
and see what happens.
It seems like Powell's playing the nothing happened, slightly addressing it. So again, the median year-end forecast is the same as December, and they're saying they're still going to do quantitative tightening. Watch some of the regionals. That's your first pop towards the high.
See how quickly it jumped right back down.
Yep.
That's what Kyle was talking about. It was pretty much a neutral thing. What everybody was anticipating.
I'm chilling with virtual money in my mind.
Yeah, bro, they're pausing. No. I think we could buy the bonds. Hold on, they're pausing. Look at
What?
ongoing is no longer in the statement. Nobody said this yet. The committee will closely monitor incoming information and assess the implications of monetary policy. A pause for next meeting is on the table. So this, I'm thinking ahead for next meeting. But no, they took it out. They took out ongoing. Ongoing no longer exists. 12 months in a row. It is not in this
They got a
statement
pause
right now.
coming up. That means we should have a little mini
So
bull
that's
run.
going to be the next step of this. They're pretty much saying we're raising rates. We're still committed. But now the pause is on the table for next meeting. Not a cut,
Interesting.
just a pause. But that's a big shift. So
That's
that is,
huge
I think,
shift.
how they're responding to all this. So
Mm-hmm.
let me see the strike through
See?
comparison. Yeah, ongoing is not in
Didn't
there.
make
They
a
said
trade.
they
Now we
changed it to
wait.
Some additional
we wait.
policy firming may be
Now it's
appropriate.
gonna
You
make
see that. That's
Powell-
a huge difference.
Whatever
The
Powell's got to
committee
say at 2:30 is going to be
anticipates
freaking
some additional
huge.
Policy firming may be appropriate in order to attain a stance of monetary policy. So now
See,
they
you didn't
said
lose no
some
money.
additional firming,
Yeah. No,
but no
nothing
more
yet.
on. That's it. So that is a big shift in Fed policy for now.
Look at this.
But they did go
This
ahead with a
contract
quarter point. But
off the
bonds
call
may end up loving that.
was at 118, jumped all the way to 159, slammed all the way back down to
So in a weird
107.
way, they're data dependent.
This is
pause
why
for
a
next
lot of
meeting.
people do
So
not
let's see
trade
what Powell says.
they don't
Yeah,
trade the
this conference will be
FOMC. But if he's saying if what this banana head here is saying, I think I'm going to jump in this. I think I'm going to take this trade. I'm in. I think I'm going to take this trade. Do not do what I do. I am paper trading money. This is live paper trading. Just based on what was just said. See, you got to read the details. That's why I like this guy. Got to read the details. Got to read the details.
Market doesn't
And this is
trust
a
it.
contract for tomorrow. I am live paper trading a contract for tomorrow.
Watch the dollar for now, but dude, that's a big one. I have a couple of comments here. I'm just looking over this.
All right, let's see what we're going to do here. Up about 10 cents.
It's weird. Bond volatility is increasing a little.
Just
on
long
this.
SLV. Silver? Long silver? Bro, I wouldn't be longing silver. We zoom, I'd be buying silver.
DXY got the
I'd go down to my nearest pawn shop and find as much
All
silver.
right, I bought 200
as I can.
more TYD. So I now have 1,000.
I would
TYD shares.
well,
I'm buying
we
a little
zoom.
bit of the bonds.
We
I'm not
zoom.
going
You
full
got to
crazy
think
yet,
about it here,
but
bro.
I need Powell's press
We are
conference.
live
It's a huge
paper
shift.
trading versus just paper
I'm still
trading.
trying to figure out though, because sadly, that leaves.
I don't
us
think Kyle
another,
understands. I got to give
that
Kyle
leaves
my
us
number.
Another what's it called?
Okay, I took.
Gotta
By
give
the way,
Kyle
I
my
took
number.
2 calls
It leaves us
on
a whole
SPY
nother
right
week.
here. I have them break even right now.
I'm up. What am I up? 28%, 27% right now on this contract.
Stay where they're at now, or they're going to
Kyle.
end up going lower.
Kyle,
Market shows key rates
there's
dropping to
live
4.19
paper
by
trading,
year-end.
and then there's paper trading. Do you
21.
understand?
Oh yeah. That is
Steven's in the
probably what I
house.
wanna get out of now, too.
What's up, Steven? How you doing,
Everybody's still
buddy?
holding up a little. I'll wait till the presser.
Oh man,
but
I didn't have my
for
lights
now,
on.
I
What
think
the hell?
I'm gonna wait for the bullish.
Telling you.
Come on, I'm
bearish
break even on my.
reaction. Now it does seem easing of pretty much Fed will be
That one
easier,
statement that he
financial
mentioned
Oh
conditions
my
will
God.
get worse.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
kind of
is
how
the
I'm
difference
interpreting it
is
all.
what convinced me to take this trade. Is that
I'm just
one
following the
statement?
chart right now.
You have time on the bonds.
Of
I'm
course,
just
that's all you
again.
can
That's
do is
why
follow the
I've
chart.
just been
Okay.
averaging, and
I
then the
just
bonds now after this, it's around the same
I
price.
just moved my
I bought
stop here
so I
to
think
keep taking profit. So no matter what happens right now, I'm in profit.
Yep. Solidly in profit right now. I'm up 47% on this contract, keeping my eyes on the chart.
at the NQ now.
I
Good
guess
for
everybody
Bank.
can
Let's
see
see
what
his
I'm
press
doing. Yo,
conference,
my
but
chart's up.
as of
Let's bring up
now, he
Eddie's
does
chart.
like he raised rates, stuck to the plan, and then
I want
somehow
to
he
see
came
where I
in
want
pretty
to
dovish.
clear out of this
The
contract.
dot plot did not upset anything, so it's like it's a weird balance. But as of now, it's again slight bullish tilt, but it doesn't. It's not. We're not out of the woods just yet. And then again, all of the
See what
techs,
it's
they're
going to do
loving
here.
this now.
And like I
They're
said,
probably reacting
I
to
took a
the
contract for tomorrow.
whole
I'm
rate
not in
thing. But
today's
just wait
contract.
till we get the actual what's it called? Yeah, gold is up on. I mean, that makes sense. Again,
See
if
if
they
we get a
pause
bounce
now,
here, if we're
well,
going
we
to
don't know when they're
retrace, or
going
if
to
we're going to
cut, but
See,
bounce.
okay, I am out
out
of my
1 meeting
order.
away.
Remember what I said about
Pretty
the
much
market
May,
maker.
they might be
All right,
Yeah.
just fill that contract for 149. Remember what I said about the market maker. He don't want 315
That's
and
why
he
they
don't
pop
want
here too.
305. He wants somewhere in the middle.
How is that bullish?
So I'm out of that contract.
Well, that's what like I'm saying.
In at 119, out at
It's bullish in the
149.
sense that you can
So
anticipate
$40
less
on that
aggressive
contract.
Fed, but the Fed getting ready to pause is pretty much saying you're going
Let's
to get
see.
way tighter natural financial conditions. So now you're getting a
19
less
times
tighter Fed,
0.2
but that
equals
implication means,
23.
or excuse me, May 2nd, my bad, not April.
Yep, here we go.
But
Here
that
comes
means
the
that
pullback.
if anything, maybe the Fed is like, okay, the Fed
So
is
I did
pretty
like
much with
30
this
something
statement
percent on that
change,
contract.
they are saying they're data
I'm
dependent
good.
now on the next meeting. So now
Weezum
they're
says he's
saying
taking. What the hell?
some additional policy
What the
firming
hell?
may be appropriate in order to achieve our restrictive stance. That's
Yes,
not
it's confirmed,
ongoing.
Stephen.
So they're pretty much
So it was a
saying
pretty
we're
neutral
data-dependent to
rate
pause on the
hike.
next meeting. If anything, with
But
the
there was
banks go
something that he
bad by the
said.
next meeting.
But what he said in the minutes, and we're going to hear about it at 2:30, which is why I took one trade now, and I will probably wait and snatch another trade when he's talking. They are hinting in the minutes at a rate hike pause at the next meeting. So they did. I kind of think, but Eddie, I kind of think he was bullied into this quarter percent hike because of what the European Central Bank did. She went up. She pushed pedal to the metal and said, "Nah, screw that. We need to fight inflation." So they moved. The ECB moved up a half a point like a week ago. They still raised their interest rates.
Well,
If they wouldn't have done that, I got a feeling we see a pause today from our Fed. But because they pushed the pedal, he had to push the pedal.
well,
He has to.
look, outside of what you guys are talking about with the moves, okay, I played my strategy, took off, pulled back. I played the break right here, and then I was out, and I made my money.
That's it. But the key there is you had to know what to look for, whether you were
Yeah.
going to go long or if you're going to buy calls or you're going to buy puts. So you needed to know what the 0.25% hike was going to do to the market, the pause, 0.5% hike, 0.25% cut. You had to know what that was going to do
Yeah.
in order to be able to put yourself in a position. Okay, do I go long or do I go short? What do I do
I
here?
just saw, I don't know, it looks like, when this took off, when it does this, it pulls back and it reclaims. It's just, people took their profits.
Of course.
People took their profit, boom, so it comes right back down. But then it started going back up again. That means that people are getting in what they missed out on.
Of course. And I'm sorry, I made $42. So I did like 34% on that trade.
I bought two
Was it at
contracts.
117?
I bought two contracts at 30 and they sold at 34.
There you
At
go.
$30, I sold them at
The
34.
percentage is good. 10%. That's good money. But now look how much this is coming back again.
Yeah.
So I was in at the dotted purple line. I was out at the solid purple line. That was my sell point. That's a solid move. To me, that was worth waiting on
By the way,
because I didn't risk a lot. Huh? What?
that
You're
ten
gonna
that,
interrupt?
that
Go
ten
ahead.
percent
Go ahead.
that 10% that I made was in like 10 seconds.
Yeah. You have to wait for your setups. Learn your setups.
So good. So good. Look at the
Vinny's
price.
buying lunch. Why do I have to buy lunch, Weasel? And Unbroken Driver, did you say you sent it at Vinny? Uh-oh. I promised him I was going to mail this thing out Monday, bro. Oh my God. I got to get it out tomorrow morning. I got no choice. Like, Steven's not even going to talk to me no more. I thought I pissed Kiara off last night. She said no. She fell asleep too. Look at this. This is going to give me another opportunity to play this if I want to. It's coming right back down to where I felt comfortable. So, I don't know. Let me go get my Coca-Cola,
P&L for
my
today,
victory Coca-Cola.
7.28%.
WeZoom, I made $42, not $45. If I would have made $45 on that trade, then I would have bought lunch. But I only made $42. So now you have to buy lunch. And why me, bro? Eddie had 3 green trades today. Eddie's the money bags. Eddie said,
Damn, I'm good.
Dude, no,
you're getting better, bro.
it's beginning to
You're
click.
getting better. Damn, now Kyle's talking about I'll buy you paper lunch.
See, but a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, but you only made like $10." I was like, "You don't get it." I was like, "Just add zeros to the $10."
Well, so let me explain so WeZoom doesn't so Kyle doesn't get all twisted here. If I say live paper trading, that means those dollars count. If I just say paper trading, then take it for paper trading. I hope you understand that. Well, look, bro, Steven, look, 42 to 45, right? That's $3 plus inflation, plus cost of living, plus price of fuel. Man, I'm seriously thinking about taking this one too now. Look at this. That's the 317. No, I went to 305. What the fuck? My cue's up there. Now look at this. I can swing back this one the other way if I wanted to. High today was 149 on this. Let's see what's going on. Hold on.
That's the only move we did here for now. But again, I'm waiting for we're break even almost. Huge pop off of the open. But the press conference, we still have a lot more, Chad. So it's not done yet. All you could get right here is that in May, we're coming close to a pause, but Powell wasn't ready to pause right now. So this is going to get very, very interesting right now.
Let's see what's going on in the option chain for tomorrow.
Data dependent
that's
changes.
today.
Nothing.
We want tomorrow's option chain.
This is this
305.
Fed is
Ooh, look at that
gently
volume.
telling you
Look
that
at
they
that
could pause
volume.
in May. But now we need to find out more. But that's a huge.
See, but look at this
upgrade.
310 also.
I'm telling you, as somebody who sat here for the last 12 months on
315.
every one of these inflation Powell things, that's huge.
So remember what I tell you about open
huge,
interest,
but
right?
Now some of the questions.
Remember what I tell
still
you about
remain.
open interest?
Yeah.
Okay. If they're not
And
saying
volume.
it's because of
The most open
inflation,
interest is the one the
well,
feds are always
why-
going to try.
why are they
The
willing
market makers
to,
are always going to try to
stop
rip to.
ongoing now?
Hold on.
And now they're
That's what the market makers are always going to try to rip down and make these people here feel the pain. And we can see 309, 1,800 open interest. 305, 1,700 open interest. So he's going to blow these off and try to rip it down to here. So you just got to keep an eye on it. I just wanted to see if anything had changed in that. Because, I mean, look, this 317, remember? I bought this contract at 117. Now it's all the way down to what? 103 going up. I could ride this sucker right back up. Not doing nothing until 2:30 when he starts to talk.
See, this is technically not my type of trade. I like when it bounces right off the 9 EMA.
It's the real thing. We're not endorsed by any products. Eddie, I'm glad you're here, bro.
Well, I
This stuff-
started thinking. I
Oh,
started thinking. It's like, wait, hold on. 12 o'clock. 2 o'clock over
shit,
there.
shit,
It's more
shit.
like 1 o'clock over here. So.
Hold on, I forgot to do something. God damn it. Oh, I'm gonna get cussed out here in a minute.
Oh, you forgot to put your stop.
No shit. I called Omar and asked him to if he wanted to come on. Kink, link, fuck. And he said, yeah, he would come on for the meeting, but I forgot to send him the link.
Oh, yeah, bad.
Yeah, not good. Not good. Not good.
Bad. You're so bad.
Yeah, he's gonna come here and cuss me the hell out, but that's okay. I'm sure he didn't want to be bothered while he was trading anyway. Omar's pretty good, man. He's pretty good. He ain't bad, that's for sure. Anything going on in the what you call it?
No, it just says. Let me see. Paper lunch. I guess I was saying that. Seriously, that was a unbooking driver. He said that. I guess a lunch. Well, you guys do kind of live close to each other. And then Stephen and Keith didn't like the stream.
What happened?
I don't know. Stephen doesn't usually come on on these streams. Keith
No,
sometimes.
not on these streams.
Keep it on the chat.
But we got to be honest. I told Steven I wanted to get a crypto channel going because I think now more than ever, crypto is gonna be in the news, a lot of the news. So I told Steven I wanted to go ahead and let's get that crypto channel going. He's got it already. I would just be his sidekick.
Oh, this thing's so tempting. It's bottoming out on the 90 EMA. I mean, on the VWAP.
I think liquidity provided through these emergency lending facilities is not the same as letting securities roll off your balance sheet. So
now look, take a look at your chart. Open your chart up. Where's your chart, Eddie?
It's right here.
All right. Oh, put your chart into like the 15-minute time frame. All right. Go back to now. I want you to go back to where you're opening. I want you to put a support resistance line right at the top candle of the opening candle this morning. Opening candle, not pre-market. Damn it.
Hold on. This candle right here?
Yeah, opening candle. The top of the wick. That's pre-market. Oh my God. This guy.
Opening candle.
Anyway. No, it's close enough. Don't worry about it. Now shrink it up. Shrink it up so we can see it.
Uh-huh.
You see that? All it did was range. All it did was range today. Again, neutral. Neutral, neutral, neutral. It didn't get volatile until the announcement.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, we had movement. We had up and down movement.
Down, up, down.
But we're still pretty neutral. We are still pretty neutral. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
I get you. I was saying that seriously. What? What the hell is Steven talking about?
What's Steven talking about?
I have no idea. But apparently he's stalking WeZoom. And Kiki's like calling out WeZoom, like, you calling me out, bro? Like, what you want to do, punk? What you want to do?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I think she said she'll do some stuff to you, bro. Anyway. But Kyle, you got to be careful. I'm sorry, I got to do this. I can't help it. FBI, open up! Because Kia come after you, bro. Homie don't play that game.
She knows where everybody lives. Trust me, she's delivered to your house.
Oh, yeah. See, now everything's nice and slow until 2:30.
Yeah, I know. I have not gone to work today at all.
Do the heavy lifting for the Fed. I agree with that completely.
Well,
so that's what I believe is what the statement is saying. Again, I think Powell, by changing the statement and saying that, let me read this again to you. It pretty much the Fed is saying they don't know how much credit tightening is in the pipeline, and they don't want to send
get
it
rid
to
of
a
this
deep
contract
freeze.
while I can.
So they're pretty much, the Fed is saying that the banks should do the heavy lifting in terms of tightening of financial conditions for them.
This was my lotto play yesterday.
Find out, Chatadonia.
Got in for 5.
Find out.
It's not going to do anything. Ain't nobody bidding on this contract.
Yeah,
this is my lotto
pretty
play.
Much what it is. So let's find out here. We got 8 minutes until the press conference. So get ready.
Oh, you know what? And while we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and do the paper. No.
Well, make sure you let Kyle know.
Oh man, he's ready. That's actually crazy.
Okay.
It's one of your homeboys, Kyle.
Don't even play the video until it's like.
All right, here's my paper trading account. Okay, let's do this. My SPY is ready.
See, now you got more likes. I don't know who's got likes, bro. I'm not seeing any of it. But I'm just glad we got some people watching. That's all.
I'm
just glad we got some people watching.
Here. Yeah, I know. Hey, we're trying to make Uber, Lyft. It's gonna come to an end sooner or later.
All right, I sold that contract out for $1. Lost $4 on that contract. Oof. But I'm up $30 for the day.
Okay, let me see. My account, my day trading. I mean, my paper trading account is 839.
What is your paper trading? Oh, so you're going actual paper trading, not live paper trading.
Correct.
I still don't think Kyle knows the difference, but listen, if Sergio is watching.
Sergio ain't watching us.
Please keep it cordial, Eddie. 9 EMA over the VWAP.
I promise. No, I'm not going to bring up the whole green line going over the yellow line thing.
he might all that witch hazel and quinine water he's drinking to get healthy might not. And if y'all younger people might not know what quinine water is, but that's what they used to call it back in the day, quinine. Look at this.
Is that the quinine? Is that the water that goes out the other hole, the back hole, not the front hole?
No, quinine water, bro. Witch hazel and quinine water. And if you really want to get rid of a cold, there is an old school cough syrup that you used to be able to buy called Father John's. And I think if you are how can I say this without being, well, I don't give a shit. If you're a black person, you probably know what Father John's is. If you're from the islands in any way, shape, or form, Caribbean, Bahamas, Jamaica,
Caribbean.
You're not from no fucking Caribbean. You're from America. You're from Puerto Rico, right?
Puerto Rico. That's Caribbean.
That's America, bro. That's America. Stop.
It's an island.
Anyway, I'm talking about a real Caribbean island. You know what Father John's is. Bro, it's not that Father John's has any, I don't think it has any medical capacities, but the shit tastes so nasty, it scares the cold out of you. It is the nastiest shit I have ever tasted in my life. It scares the sickness out of you. You look at Kiki. You see what Kiki said?
Yeah.
Am I lying? Is not Puerto Rico part of the United States? Is it not an annex?
But it's a damn island with like freaking zero knowledge of like technology.
Hey, that I can't help. I can't help all that. I'm just saying.
They
Puerto
believe
Rico
that
is
just
not a
because
Caribbean
I
island.
don't know, it's just I'm not
Not
too
a
fond
Caribbean
of the
island.
beautiful island, but I'm just not too fond of how the
So is
people
Key
treat the
West.
island.
So it by that part, then we should say Key West is a Caribbean island.
You know, if you dig into the side of any mountain in Puerto Rico, you're bound to find a buried car. I don't even know how people even are able to even dump a car over the side of the house into the.
Oh, God.
That's why sometimes when you jump in the rivers and stuff in Puerto Rico, you get an ear infection. But it's because the water is just polluted. So much garbage in there.
Yeah, I can believe it. Well, I shouldn't say that.
My
I've never
son,
been to Puerto Rico.
my son actually got sick one time. But here was the kicker: his temperature was dropping. No matter how warm we were keeping him, his temperature was dropping. And then when I went to the doctors, to the emergency room, they told me to stay put. Like, hey, no, we're gonna get to you in a little bit. We're really backed up. And I was like, if my son dies in a damn hospital room, we're gonna have a freaking problem. Okay, you are going to a system now.
We're going to
Okay,
war, buddy.
yeah. You know, and the
What do
wife at that time is like, oh, they're really busy and really busy. So like, you're not going to think they're going to be really busy when your son is convulsing on the floor. Okay. So they got to get the moving. They got to get the moving.
Hey, Steven, I know a couple of crypto millionaires that live there also. One family I used to take care of. Now that I'm no longer doing friends and family type rides, very, very few. Like, bro, they got to kick out to get me. Other than that, call an Uber. All right, here we go. Let's see.
Will weigh on activity. Uncertainty is elevated.
So Kyle
It was
wanted to know who I
mentioned
was
that
listening
additional
to.
tightening may be required. Shift from the tone of the previous statement, and then the dot plots are exactly the same, though some people have moved around. And then
Who are you
2024
listening to?
expecting slightly higher
Hold
rates
on.
than not. And then 2025 is unchanged. Long term is unchanged. And economic forecast growth was revised down this year.
So this is a guy that I got to love. I was telling Eddie I got a love-hate relationship with. He's really good at breaking down the news. He's really good at kind of seeing what's getting ready to happen. But on the other hand, he's really bad at, he just all of a sudden he goes from like this really educated, straightforward, kind of funny guy to like this 12-year-old kid. And it just irks the shit out of me. But he's good.
Impression that we are.
It's called his channel's called the Stock Market Live or the Trading Fraternity. I'll put a link up later if you're really interested in listening to him. Here we go, FOMC meeting.
So get ready. You want full screen? I can make it a little bigger, but I don't want you to miss out too much. Or maybe we'll just take out some of the positions.
All right, what do I
here.
got? I got
We'll give you a bigger
133
pal.
clean.
There you go. And then bottom left is bonds. That's going to be important to watch here.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Hold on. I'm warming up my thumbs.
All right, Dad. Powell is about to come on. Get ready for it. You'll probably hear a bunch of cameras go right when he walks out.
I still got the 305 put up.
No. What's going on?
All right. Positive gain for now. So if we're holding positive into this, Harvard would tell you we go negative. And then let's see that if you thought you saw anything right now, it's about to get crazier. So all you have to go off of is an idea that you could play out with in a month, but nothing.
Oh, shut the up. There's got to be a place where you can watch this live and you don't get any type of strikes.
Oh, you got a strike on it?
No, I have no idea.
Here it is.
I'm just
Powell
playing
is
audio.
live. He's here. So first part will be written statement. Watch every
Good
15
afternoon.
minutes.
Before discussing today's meeting, let me briefly address recent developments in the banking sector. In the past 2 weeks, serious difficulties at a small number of banks have emerged. history has shown that isolated banking problems, if left unaddressed, can undermine confidence in healthy banks and threaten the ability of the banking system as a whole to play its vital role in supporting the savings and credit needs of households and businesses. That is why, in response to these events, the Federal Reserve, working with the Treasury Department and the FDIC, took decisive actions to protect the U.S. economy and to strengthen public confidence in our banking system. These actions demonstrate that all depositors' savings and the banking system are safe. With the support of the Treasury, the Federal Reserve Board created the Bank Term Funding Program to ensure that banks that hold safe and liquid assets can, if needed, borrow reserves against those assets at par. This program, along with our long-standing discount window, is effectively meeting the unusual funding needs that some banks have faced and makes clear that ample liquidity in the system is available. Our banking system is sound and resilient with strong capital and liquidity. We will continue to closely monitor conditions in the banking system and are prepared to use all of our tools as needed to keep it safe and sound. In addition, we are committed to learning the lessons from this episode and to work to prevent events like this from happening again. Turning to the broader economy and monetary policy, inflation remains too high and the labor market continues to be very tight. My colleagues and I understand the hardship that high inflation is causing, and we remain strongly committed to bringing inflation back down to our 2% goal. Price stability is the responsibility of the Federal Reserve. Without price stability, the economy does not work for anyone.
But remember, this is all pre-written statement.
In particular, without price stability, we will not achieve a sustained period of strong labor market conditions that benefit all.
That is hawkish because he's doubling down on it. If he
the U.S. economy slowed significantly last year, with real GDP rising at a below-trend pace of 0.9%. Consumer spending appears to have picked up this quarter, although some of that strength may reflect the effects of swings in the weather across the turn of the year. In contrast, activity in the housing sector remains weak, largely reflecting higher mortgage rates. Higher interest rates and slower output growth also appear to be weighing on business fixed investment. Committee participants generally expect subdued growth to continue. As shown in our summary of economic projections, the median projection for real GDP growth stands at just 0.4% this year and 1.2% next year, well below the median estimate of the longer-run normal growth rate. Nearly all participants see the risks to GDP growth as weighted to the downside. Yet the labor market remains extremely tight. Job gains have picked up in recent months, with employment rising by an average of 351,000 jobs per month over the last 3 months. The unemployment rate remained low in February at 3.6%. The labor force participation rate has edged up in recent months, and wage growth has shown some signs of easing. However, with job vacancies still very high, labor demand substantially exceeds the supply of available workers. FOMC participants expect supply and demand conditions in the labor market to come into better balance over time, easing upward pressures on wages and prices. The median unemployment rate projection in the SEP rises to 4.5% at the end of this year and 4.6% at the end of next year. Inflation remains well above our longer-run goal of 2%. Over the 12 months ending in January, total PCE prices rose 5.4%, excluding the volatile food and energy categories. Excluding those, core PCE prices rose 4.7%. In February, the 12-month change in the CPI came in at 6%, and the change in the core CPI was 5.5%. Inflation has moderated somewhat since the middle of last year, but the strength of these recent readings indicates that inflation pressures continue to run high. The median projection in the SEP for total PCE inflation is 3.3% for this year, 2.5% next year, and 2.1% in 2025.
I think that's why we're getting
the process of getting inflation back down to 2% has a long way to go and is likely to be bumpy. Despite elevated inflation, longer-term inflation expectations appear to remain well anchored. as reflected in a broad range of surveys of households, businesses, and forecasters, as well as measures from financial markets. The Fed's monetary policy actions are guided by our mandate to promote maximum employment and stable prices for the American people. My colleagues and I are acutely aware that high inflation imposes significant hardship as it
They're about to hit
erodes
a new
purchasing
low and
power,
bonds breaking out.
especially for those least able to meet the higher costs of essentials like food, housing, and transportation.
Damn, Meta, Tesla.
We are highly
Regionals
attentive
are
to the
dumping.
risks that high inflation poses to both sides of our mandate, and we are strongly committed to returning inflation to our 2% objective. At today's meeting, the committee raised the target range for the federal funds rate by a quarter percentage point, bringing the target range to 4.75% to 5%. And we are continuing the process of significantly reducing our securities holdings. Since our previous FOMC meeting, economic indicators have generally come in stronger than expected, demonstrating greater momentum in economic activity and inflation.
The bonds, biggest candle on
We
the bonds
believe,
all
however,
day.
that events in the banking system over the past 2 weeks are likely to result in tighter credit conditions for households and businesses, which would in turn affect economic outcomes. It is too soon to determine the extent of these effects, and therefore too soon to tell how monetary policy should respond. As a result, we no longer state that we anticipate that ongoing rate increases will be appropriate to quell inflation. Instead, we now anticipate that some additional policy firming may be appropriate. We will closely monitor incoming data and carefully assess the actual and expected effects of tighter credit conditions on economic activity, the labor market, and inflation. And our policy decisions will reflect that assessment.
I made that play.
In our SEP, each FOMC participant wrote down an
too
appropriate path for the federal funds rate based on what
So
that
basically now
participant
I'm even.
judges to be
So
the
now
most
Kyle
likely
owes me
scenario
lunch.
going forward. If the economy evolves as projected, the median participant projects that the appropriate level of the federal funds rate will be 5.1% at the end of this year, 4.3% at the end of 2024, and 3.1% at the end of.
Basically, what he said was there will be no Fed rate hike at the next meeting. He doesn't think that they're going to need any more Fed rate hikes. Is basically what he just said. That's what I got out of it.
As projected, the path for policy will adjust as appropriate to foster our maximum employment and price stability goals. We will continue to make our decisions meeting by meeting based on the totality of the incoming data and their implications for the outlook for economic activity and inflation. We remain committed to bringing inflation back down to our 2% goal and to keep longer-term inflation expectations well anchored. Reducing inflation is likely to require a period of below-trend growth and some softening in labor market conditions. Restoring price stability is essential to set the stage for achieving maximum employment and stable prices over the longer run. To conclude, we understand that our actions affect communities, families, and businesses across the country. Everything we do is in service to our public
10
mission.
minutes. Pretty short
We at the Fed
statement
will do everything we can to achieve our maximum employment and price stability goals. Thank you. I look forward to your questions.
9 minutes, 22 seconds.
Now comes the fun part, Eddie.
Thank you. Colby Smith with the Financial Times. How confident is the committee that the recent stress that we've seen and you've alluded to is contained at this point, and that deposit flight among mid-sized lenders?
See, what I should have done was I should have waited till he was done talking and then got into the trade, but I took it early. And that's okay. I don't have a problem with it. The market just bounced off of it.
All depositors' savings are safe and that the banking system is safe. Deposit flows in the banking system have stabilized over the last week.
Watch a good uptick.
And the last thing I'll say is that we're undertaking a thorough internal review that will identify where we can strengthen supervision and regulation.
More.
Okay, just a quick follow-up. I mean, given all of the stress and the uncertainty that you've also alluded to in the statement, how seriously was a pause considered for this meeting?
So we did consider that in the days running up to the meeting, and you see the decision that we made, which I'll say a couple things about. First, it was supported by a very strong consensus, and I'll be happy to explain why. And really it is that the intermeeting data on inflation and the labor market came in stronger than expected. And really before the recent events, we were clearly on track to continue with ongoing rate hikes. In fact, as of a couple of weeks ago, it looked like we'd need to raise rates over the course of the year more than we'd expected at the time of the SCP in December, the time of the December meeting. We are committed to restoring price stability, and all of the evidence says that the public has confidence that we will do so, that we'll bring inflation down to 2%.
It's amazing. He's saying the banks are safe, but yet if you go look at the markets, if you go look at all these regional banks, they're falling apart. But because they've guaranteed the deposits, whatever, let's just go. We got to fight inflation. I don't know if he's right or wrong, but to me, it sounds like, listen, if another bank gets in trouble, we'll cover it. Don't worry about it.
It doesn't matter because they're still going to take the money out.
Well, you can only take money out if the money is available for you to take out. That's a whole nother ballgame. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but Stephen, you can't convince people of that, which is why, Stephen, we need to get that crypto channel going, bro. Like, I'm down. Let's get it. See what else he's talking about here.
The need for further hikes will be focused, as always, on the incoming data and the evolving outlook, and in particular on our assessment of the actual and expected effects of credit tightening.
Now,
they're saying they want to actually see credit tighten before, but that's
Mr.
what they're
Chairman,
worried
can you
about.
explain the difference between ongoing rate increases and firming? Does firming imply a rate increase per se, or could policy firm without you increasing rates?
It can't.
No, I think it's meant to refer to our policy rate. Really, I would focus on the words may and some, as opposed to ongoing. So we clearly what we were doing there was taking on board trying to reflect the uncertainty about what will happen. I mean, it's possible that this will turn out to have very modest effects. These events will turn out to be very, very modest effects on the economy, in which case, and inflation will continue to be strong, in which case the path will might look different. It's also possible that this potential tightening will contribute significant tightening in credit conditions over time, and in principle.
So it's awfully funny how they kept running at trying to indict the former president, right? And then it comes out today. They got the gates out yesterday. They got 700 law enforcement out yesterday, knowing this was coming up today. And then when they didn't get the turnout of quote unquote protesters, they pulled that back, and now they're coming in and they're going ahead and they're letting this rip. I don't know. I got tinfoil somewhere. I got some tinfoil somewhere, but if you ask me, it's all a setup.
In particular, our lending facilities.
Apple's running through the high.
The debt, the discount
And
window,
Microsoft
and also the
too.
new facility.
Mr. Timmerhouse.
Nick Timmerhouse of the Wall Street Journal. Chair Powell, in your testimony 2 weeks ago, you had indicated you thought the terminal rate would be higher. Obviously, that was before the stress in the banking sector. And I realize there's a lot of uncertainty, but can you explain at all to what extent your forecasts or those of your colleagues or those of the board staff incorporated today a material tightening of credit availability because of the stress in the banking sector, or are you waiting to see it in the data before you incorporate that potential tightening?
Stephen, we can make that happen, bro.
Great question.
So, we've just come from an FOMC meeting, and
Stephen, I'm down,
people
bro.
who write
Let's
the
get
minutes
it.
will be very carefully counting. But I'll tell you what
Let's
I heard.
get it.
What I heard was a significant number of people saying that they anticipated there would be some tightening of credit conditions, and that would really have the same effects as our policies do, and that therefore they were included.
So Eddie, once again, you see this is what I was saying. We have, it was pretty neutral, but you had a lot of traders out there that, and the market had priced in a 0.25% rate hike.
Uh-huh.
So now you're listening to Powell speak, and the fact that he says, we're probably going to pause and we'll see as we go, but it's probably going to be a pause. So now you're going to see the markets get some liquidity in it. You're going to see traders that were sitting on the sidelines, both big boys and little guys like us that have been sitting there with their cash, investing and buying. Let's just see here. Let's take a look at the text. What the hell is that?
Yeah, freezing
Hold on,
accounts. I mean, Uber took a little bit longer than usual to deposit their money into my account. Oh, here it comes. Hold on. I have make sure that I have the right account here. Activity. All right, I want to make a trade here for this break of 401 here. I do not want to miss it.
Oh, look at Umar Khan's in the house.
There we
Thank
go.
you, sir. I don't know if I'm a smart man, but I ain't a dumb one. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that, brother. Yep.
Okay.
Single side with cash, that's where the winners will be. Absolutely.
I am in.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
I am in. No. Oh, here we go. Oh, this sucks. You know, it didn't fill.
Well, yeah, I know a lot of people have been wanting to see this. You didn't get filled, Eddie?
Nope.
All right, real quick. So we knew that if it was only a 0.25% rate hike, we knew, as we just discussed, money was going to come back into the market. They're going to start buying up. Look at NVIDIA today. That's Tesla, but look at NVIDIA. Look at NVIDIA. Money in the tech. So your chips, NVIDIA, AMD, TSM, Intel. I'm curious what Intel's doing. NTC. Look at that. Even Intel is up almost $1 today. Intel's the slowest moving. That's the chip everybody uses for their CPUs. It's either Intel or AMD. AMD is at like $90 a share. Intel's stuck down here like $30 a share. But everybody wants an Intel chip. I've never had an AMD chip. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Tech. Look where all the money's going, bro.
Give me my 10%
Look where all the money's going.
SPY right here really quick. There it goes. 12.
Oh, my bad. Are you in? Did it fill?
Yeah, it failed, and I'm just trying to sell right now. This doing the damn. There you go.
Talk to us, Goose.
It's not the sell. It's the getting in on the paper account, and I can't time it. Wait.
Your microphone turned off.
I did it because I was coughing. I was about to cough my brains out. Anyway, I did. I was supposed to do the breakout. The breakout. Hold on. Is this the screen that you're looking at? Hold on. Is this it? No. This is it. So the breakout, the high of day. This is a Maverick. No. Who the hell was it? The video again. It was the same thing. And then high.
I need to get this damn video.
See that the high of day, it did it again, and then it consolidated right under it, and then it took off.
So then you have your you have a new strategy that you're going to try to implement.
Correct.
From Matt Diamond.
I have no idea what it's called.
Yeah, but you got it from Matt Diamond.
Correct.
So call it the Matt. That's all.
Okay. There you go. You see that? That's how we come up with strategy names.
That's it.
And it's pretty simple. Like literally stupid simple as like the. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so this is the high of day. Sorry. Let me take that. There we go. The high of day right here. It swung down to the bottom and it came right back up. But before it hit that line right there, it started consolidating. This is on the 2 minute. On the 1 minute, you can see that it kind of pulled back, consolidated, and I was buying it right down here, anticipating this. So I wanted to buy here and it to go higher. I ended up getting filled in higher, which I would end up selling here and then sold on the next candle up for 10%. It's quick and in and out. Really like it. This is the second time in a row. I actually hit it today on my live account, and I hit it on my paper trading account.
Yes, you did.
So this would have been 4 wins.
That's it.
But my times and sells right here kind of help out a lot. Because if I see it moving like really fast when it's coming up to my line, then I know that I most likely I got into a really good trade. Damn it! I wish I need more money.
So this is a very large group of connected depositors, concentrated group of connected depositors, in a very, very fast run, faster than the historical record would suggest.
That's
so,
the bank run. That's very important.
As for us, so
information
for
is
our
concerned.
part, we're doing a review of supervision and regulation. My only interest is that we identify what went wrong here. How did this happen is the question. What went wrong? Try to find that. We will find that. And then make an assessment of what are the right policies to put in place so that it doesn't happen again, and then implement those policies. It would be inappropriate for me at this stage to offer my views on what the answers might be. I simply can't do that. Vice Chair Barr is leading this, and I think he's testifying next week. So, but that will be up to him. So that's really where it is. The review is going to be thorough and transparent. It is clear to your last question. It's clear that we do need to strengthen supervision and regulation. And I assume that there will be recommendations coming out of the report, and I plan on supporting them and supporting their implementation.
Sorry, and the final point, can we feel confident that these weaknesses don't exist elsewhere, given that they got missed at this bank?
These are not weaknesses that are at all broadly through the banking system. This was a bank that was an outlier in terms of both its percentage of uninsured
he can't just come out
and in terms of its.
He just can't come out and say ESG is crap. That's what they can't come out and say. And the only reason that bank got saved is because there was a certain governor of a certain state that had the majority of his holdings in that bank. And we're talking millions. And he went and begged and cried, and they saved his ass. That's all I'm going to say about that.
In saying that
I'll go with the Crowder move here. Prove me wrong.
Some time following today's decision. Are they getting this totally wrong from the Fed, or is there something different about the way you're looking at it, given that you're now thinking that
this is important
moves might be appropriate as opposed to ongoing?
So we published an SEP today, as you will have seen, and it shows that basically participants expect relatively slow growth, a gradual rebalancing of supply and demand in the labor market, with inflation moving down gradually. In that most likely case, if that happens, participants don't see rate cuts this year. They just don't. I would just say, as always, the path of the economy is uncertain, and policy is going to reflect what actually happens rather than what we write down in the SEP. But that's not our baseline expectation.
Well, if I could follow up and ask, as you look forward into the rest of the year here, are you saying that what you see and the 5.1% basically consensus is based on it will be sufficiently restrictive, or is it leavened by the idea of you don't know what's going to happen? In other words, what should people think about in terms of how the Fed thinks about how far it is from the terminal?
It's going to depend. Remember, we're looking for purposes of our monetary policy tool, we're looking at what's happening among the banks and asking, is there going to be some tightening in credit conditions? And then we're thinking about that as effectively doing the same thing that rate hikes do. So in a way, that substitutes for rate hikes. So the key is we have to have policies got to be tight enough to bring inflation down to 2% over time. It doesn't all have to come from rate hikes. It can come from tighter credit conditions. So that we're looking at, and it's highly uncertain how long the situation will be sustained or how significant any of those effects.
Let one more bank go down, you're going to see a goddamn rate cut. Let one more bank get in trouble, you're going to see a rate cut. All right, Eddie, did you?
I did one more trade.
Did you catch it?
Yeah, I actually caught it. Got a 22%. So This is on my paper trading account.
Yeah. Damn, I'm good.
Yeah.
Listen, it don't matter if it's paper trading or live paper trading. Okay, a win is a win. You treat them the same. If you differentiate between the two, you're doing yourself a disservice.
But no, I kind of just saw it, and you know,
So
it
what
went
are you
up.
feeling
And it
dejected
spiked.
about? So what are you dejected about? What do you sound down about?
No, I'm not down. I just don't want to act too excited. I have to do this.
You sound like somebody came in there and stole your anal baby.
Hey, those things do not come easy. Okay?
No, they don't come out easy.
They're not easy made. They're not easily made. I mean, the movie Ghost, you can saw how it broke apart. You know, she was playing with it and stuff. And
Jesus Christ.
what was that? Kevin Costner and Demi Moore?
Ghost was not Kevin Costner.
Who
it was
was
Patrick
that?
Swayze.
Patrick Swayze. I was close. They all look the same to me.
Now his ghost is going to come kick your ass and steal your anal baby. And Weezum Kyle says us little guys have no chance in the stock market. I've always said it's the greatest game of chess no one will ever win. And the best we can do is get in the mud and mix it up. I believe with the right determination, the right keep it simple, stupid strategy, you know, you can win in all three facets of the game. You can win on day trading, you can win on swing trading, and you can win on the long-term investing. I do believe that. I know people who have done it, all three levels. So if they can do it, I can do it. Anyway, this guy's still talking, but that's pretty much it for today. He's not, nothing else he says is going to change the market.
Yeah, no, I wasn't really listening. I just knew that there was big news coming on, and I just want to see what it did, and it did.
You should have been listening, brother.
It did do it. I mean, it went up, came back, consolidated right above under. Okay, I bought anticipating the break. It broke. I made my money. I'm out.
That's it. Nothing wrong with that.
Because the way I see it, there's a lot of people that made a lot of money. That are making a lot of money, even with inflation. Okay,
of course.
And everything really expensive. They can afford it, and they do this all day. They do this crap all day.
Would you mind if I played a quick video of somebody I know? Well, I don't know him, but something I watched the other day, and it just absolutely. I don't care for the guy for whatever reason. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's the arrogance, being mistaken for confidence. I don't know. I'm going to play you something that a video I watched the other day, and as soon as you hear the voice, you'll know what I'm talking about. Hold on, I'm gonna go find it for you.
It's Jimmy Hoffa.
Because his video was awesome, like it truly was. But now I got to find the damn video again. Here we go.
Hey, what are you doing about inflation, huh? Let me tell you something, okay? Because everybody's freaking out. People are tripping right now.
It's a great video.
Calm down, ladies and gentlemen. Inflation is the new COVID. Listen to me. Inflation is the new COVID.
You sure you want to hear this?
Yeah, bring it on.
New Anthony Fauci's. I'm telling you, calm down, okay? Calm down. None of this stuff matters. I'm going to show you what to do with inflation and the banking crisis. I'm going to show you exactly what to do with it to be a solution for you and your family.
Come all the way back down.
So you're not tripping out and losing your mind, because right now everybody's acting like, I got to go get some toilet paper. Remember when we were doing that? I got to get 6 feet from everybody. I got to put a mask on.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the COVID. I need a booster. I need a shot. I need a second shot. I need another shot. That's exactly what people are doing right now. They're tripping. You're losing your mind.
You know who this is?
Oh my God, the world's going to come to an end. No, it's not. Let me tell you how this plays out. I've been through 5 major recessions in my lifetime, and I have reacted in the past the way many people are reacting today.
Have you figured out who this is yet?
No.
So these are the things.
Anybody in the comments, do you know who this is?
I have spent all morning today with banks, spreadsheets, going over all my finances, my liquidity, my liabilities, where I have my assets,
Kiki says Cardone.
dates, and etc. If I go in here
Yes,
right now
ma'am, winner.
and look up the word inflation, okay, I am going to find out that there's probably 5,000 different opinions about what the Fed is going to do to.
And see, that was the whole thing, Eddie. And that's why when we Zoom, when he said earlier he was shocked that the Fed's YouTube channel only has like 200,000 watching or subs. It's because everybody listens to everybody else's noise. Everybody listens to everybody else's noise. And it's so, what? Who called you a loser? Who the hell called you a loser? I'm going to go whoop his ass. Kyle, free of charge, no lunch required.
Control inflation. They're going to do exactly what Fauci did to control COVID, okay? Which was basically nothing, okay? It was all a bunch of bullshit. So the Fed, a guy named Jeremy Powell and Janet Yellen got together because they're supposed to be the smartest people in the universe. And they decided what we're going to do to control inflation, which, by the way, I don't think was even a problem. And I predict you will be begging for by the end of this year. You'll be begging for it. You would rather have inflation, prices going up than prices going down, wages going down. You'd rather have a price,
Now, see, there's some real shit there he just said. Part of the Fed's plan to control inflation, to get inflation down, was to cause unemployment to go up. The Fed wants to see unemployment back over 5%, where right now it's at 3.5%. Because if you got more people out of work, the less money they can spend or have to spend. And that would help control prices and bring back price stability. So on the one hand, it's like, wear your mask. But on the other hand, it doesn't matter. You can still get the shit. You follow what I'm saying? That's what got me with this guy, because he's arrogant, but I might be mistaking what I perceive as arrogance as confidence.
The value of your home going up than the value of your home going down. But that's another video for another time at this same channel. But just check me out and just kind of walk through the math here, okay?
So I ain't going to bore you with the whole video. I'll put the link in later in the description if you want to hear it. It's just the way he breaks everything down. It just makes absolute sense to me. Inflation goes up. Inflation goes up, prices go up, wages stay up, everybody's working. And at some point, there is a tipping point, and maybe Sergio, when he's feeling better, can break it down to me in a different way. But in this video, the way he describes it, it's like your blood pressure, bro. There's plenty of doctors out there to tell you, too, your blood pressure number really don't matter. Bet you never heard that one either. But boy, they want to keep everybody from 18 to 88 at 120 over 80. Well, not everybody's body's the same. Not everybody's blood pressure is the same. Not everybody's causes of high blood pressure are the same. Some might be stress. Some might be overeating. Some might be all of that. What'd you do? What'd you do, Eddie? Did you just make another trade?
Yeah.
Bro.
I'm sorry. It's just like, it's so obvious. I'm just playing silently, but I'm doing it on my, it was just like my nervousness is like so like not there anymore, because the times themselves, look at how it's moving right now. It's moving so fast, and it did it again. So this is that center line that you was talking about, like the pivot.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It went under it, and then it was the first pullback, and it continued to the downside. Here's the second pullback. It was just, how I always say, it's like if you miss the first pullback, then play the second pullback, but not the third.
Right.
So I played the second here. I bought it right here. Okay. And I don't know. I got my account up $156 for today. That's my paper trade. So I played my second pullback and not the third. So good. See, now I got practice. Going up and then going down.
So you're ready then?
I don't know. The real money thing is the one that's got me a little worried.
You have to Jedi mind your trick into keeping your emotions away, your logic in front. If you treat your paper like you're real and you're real like your paper, discipline yourself into that mindset. You won't have that, and you won't have that anxiety.
Look at it, just keeps going down and down and down. Let me see
Which,
that. Look, it's consolidating again
uh-huh.
on. Oh, it's consolidating again at today's low, right under. So this will be another play if to the downside of put if it starts going down from here, and I would play the pop to the downside. But then again, this will be considered be the third pullback, which is maybe not play, maybe a smaller play. Okay, let's try it.
You guys are witnessing. You're witnessing learned education.
Okay.
You're witnessing
Let's see if
comfort,
it fills.
confidence.
Let's see if it fills.
Let's go.
It filled. This better be a put. Now I just need to continue.
Is this the third? Is this the third leg on this leg?
This is the third one.
The one we're not supposed to play?
The one I'm not supposed to play, but I just need to break that 356 level. I really want to see what's going on. Look, it's not going. It's not going. Okay, hold on. I'm taking my profits. It's not doing it as expected. Oh, look, there it goes. There it goes. Again, obvious. And then see how my times to sales is just really moving. So I knew I was, because the closer it got to this point, but it was like fluctuating. Once it broke, once this candle came across, if I would have waited for this candle, the times to sales just started moving. Basically, it just started it started printing really fast. And hey, there you go. And all I did was play the break to the downside.
That contract that I sucked out of, it's all the way back up now. But it is what it is. Bro, you've learned a new strategy for yourself. I think that's fantastic. Yeah. And you've hit it like what, 4 or 5 times today?
Shit. 3 on my shoot.
We Zoom says, sorry, being a poker player, I can never get excited about paper trading. It's not.
Yeah, the feeling is different.
It's not about getting excited that you're trading paper or real money. It's the fact that you're teaching yourself the strategy and the discipline of when to get in, when to get out, and looking for the setup. That's the difference. And Zoom, I didn't know you played poker. We're going to have to meet up in Vegas. I haven't been out there since 2019. I'll have to come out to Vegas. We can go play a little bit.
1, 2.
The Rio runs cash games.
4.
Bellagio. What's the name of the other? Westgate. We can go play, bro. We used to play a lot. I haven't played in a while, but we can play. Now, what do you play? No limit? Are we a no limit guy? Because that's all I play is no limit. I don't mess around with that other shit. I can't play Omaha. It just aggravates the hell out of me.
Well, ain't poker paper trading also?
No, poker is nowhere near paper trading.
Aren't you paper trading cards in poker?
No, you're not. You're not paper trading.
Cards are made out of
no
paper.
Trading there. No. 2040 limit. Holy shit. How about 1-2 or 2-5? He's talking about 2040 limit. Still 2040? Jesus Christ. I ain't messing with you, bro. That's all right. I'll be your driver. I'll be your bodyguard. You need one playing 2040.
Awesome.
$40 hand, 6 people at the table. You get a $240 pot in one round. What the hell? Or did I read that wrong? Bro, look at this. Qs have come all the way back down, dude. Here's that 305 that I stomped out of. Look at that. All right, Ed, it's 311. Yeah, Key, because we're gonna be back. I'm gonna be back on here with Kiera at 5:30. Not on the live, but we're gonna be in the room. In the restream, not the room, in the restream. Don't nobody get worked as a prop player for LA Casino before pandemic. No sheesh. Goddamn, Weasel. You and Sergio, man. Y'all should be living in Tony Stark's Malibu mansion. Eddie, what the hell's going on over there? You got lawn maintenance?
Yeah, somebody out there cutting the grass. Dude, I've never been home at this time. Never been home at this time. Oh my God, look at this. Anyway, this is the leg that I can't buy.
Yeah, let's go ahead and kill the live stream for now. Eddie, 5:30, we're going to be in the room. Kiera's giving another class.
Yeah, I need to hit the road. I need to make some money today. I need to run my time today till about 10 p.m.
Oh, so you won't make the stream tonight?
I don't know. I'm going to see.
All right.
I'm going to see.
What the hell with you then? We don't need you, punk.
I'm going to see. Usually by 8 o'clock, it kind of dies. But if it picks up, then yeah, I'm gonna stay out. Yesterday was a bad week for me. I mean, last week was a bad week.
All right, Kyle, we'll talk to you later, buddy.
All right, I'll see you guys. Kiki.
Umar.
Yeah, Umar. I need to go make that money, bro. I need money for trading. Well, actually, I need to make more videos because the money that I'm using is the money that I make from you guys on the videos. So
that's it. All right, y'all. Let's get it. You ready, Eddie?
See you guys.
If you're in for the trading, we'll be back at 9:25 in the morning. Don't forget Rideshare Garage tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. out on the West Coast. Let's everybody get that money, and we're out.
Pow.